Hello. If you're watching this video, it seems you're interested in following a course in Pedes Anatomia, learning the anatomy of the feet through artistic mediums, to say not that I am regarding art an expert. I try my best doing with anatomy. This video is to explain to you what materials will be needed. We will begin with the starter pack. So I will send to you in electronic form, or you will download it from the platform, the textbook, standard anatomy. There is variations. You consult your own anatomy books because we do see variations, insertions, origins, and other information. So chapter by chapter, all the layers and the structures of the feet, with some basic anatomy charts inside included. Of course, if you want, and you should want, more sophisticated anatomy charts of muscles and so on, I can guide you on online sources to find this. That's interesting because if you observe one artist, how he represents in Netter anatomy or Sobota, you see the differences and you can choose your own style and go your own way, if that's your thing. The next, you will get all aspects of the feet, plantar, dorsal, medial, lateral, and on these we can draw in or create with our clay, as we will see. So what I recommend is, if you're going to go with pencil, get around 15 of plantar, 4 or 5 of the other aspects. There's a lot of, structures approaching plantarly, the depth that we discussed in reflexology. So you might want to have, 15 copies in such a case for pencil drawing. If you're going to go with markers, you're going to need markers, nice set. These ones that don't stain, they're for children. They don't work that well on here. This one seems good. But or this pink one before, yeah. So maybe, for practice, a rag to clean it off. And again, you go until you can name bones and structures and so on, coloring in. And these classic board markers are pretty good for this, to draw in, or let's see, let me clean this up. And medially, maybe you want to put in the retinacula here and so on, and ligaments, whatever. Learn step by step, watching the videos and so on. So as you can see, in such a case where you go for the markers, I have the same files, print them out in this plastic sheet. You also get the graph with the numbering in case you want to use measurements. And you just put them in this sleeve, plastic sleeve, office supplies. I think they're all around. Remember, this course was created during the COVID experience and everything was locked down. So I had to find materials that almost everyone has at home. So you can use the sleeves for this. And you can have both paper and plastic sheets. It's up to you. And I advise before going more into the Play-Doh. So in this case, simple with €1, white and red are added. I've used them up. And, you can buy a couple of packs of this. They were €1 a pack. They do leave a lot of coloring on the hand. Recommend the rag again. They're supposedly for children, so I suppose the ingredients are all, safe and sound. Now, regarding the Play-Doh, children's, and you can make homemade Play-Doh. So I've added a recipe in the module, and there are so much recipes online. And if you do make some, share it, show me what you did and all that. It's pretty cool to make your own Play-Doh at home with food coloring, salt, and flour. Yes. So you can make your own or use this. And then you do have, again, the option to create the muscle on this sheet. All right? For those of you, and I myself will be using my foot and ankle skeleton model, so to get the feel of the 3-dimension. But let's say we were doing abductor digiti minimi. So he originates here, inserts here, the muscle belly would be here. So I will try, and we will see it on the foot always also. So I will try to give you an idea of 3D. These are an investment, I imagine, but if you're planning on, you know, being a reflexologist, which I'm sure you are, money back guaranteed, especially after this course. You will know how to use it even better. I promise you this. So I consider it a good investment if you want to, you know, acquire this foot model. And if you do, then we can apply the saran foil around, protect it, and use our clay and, you know, push in, build, feel, and then understand the structure, forming it, understanding, uploading it to our brain, of course, and then bringing in the reflexology and examining, oh, I have muscle here, here I have tendon, connective tissue holding it down. What does it look like in the body in this area? Is there, besides the reflexes, resemblance of elements, the tissues meaning, and so on. So I will be using my foot model and guiding you through. Of course, there is this, here is your abductor digiti minimi. And of course, another huge investment, excellent tool. I think they're great instruments, great tools for our work also. So we can use, as I said, the Play-Doh or your homemade Play-Doh on this manner. Or on so besides the Play-Doh, you can go into clay, air-dry clay. And I like this because it's a huge challenge. All of it is the artistic part. It's a huge challenge, you know, try and make it, give it shape, give it form. I have a lot of training to do in this area, and all of them actually, but you know, it's a challenge and I like it, besides focusing on the anatomy. This dries up with air, and immediately I will say it gives you, for former students of orthopedic reflexology, it gives you a good feel of the humoral theory. Think of air, earth, water, and fire. And, you know, you can, sometimes you have to have a cup of water, wet it, or brushes to make them, glue them together. We will see and try our best on this. The challenge is when they dry, this technique, when it dries, it's not in uniform, like some areas might crack and so on, but I don't think that's a big issue. You can paint on it. So what I recommend is if you have this plastic, you're going to go with the sleeves, buy one pack ceramic, one pack white color. If you're going to go for the foot model, let's begin with 2. You know, because it's in 3 dimensions, we will have to pack it up in there sometimes, give it size. And by giving it size, we will understand paragraph 17 of Hippocrates that guides us. And of course, see, as I said, the muscles on a live foot, draw them in there also. So, yeah, you can go for any brand, I don't care, ceramic colors and so on. You will need a set of markers, obviously, like I mentioned. You will need, you know, pencils, things like this. Then for the clay, you have your equipment. So here would be a muscle, the abductor brevis, and you can see how the colors are. You might want to paint it again with your brushes. Some tools, simple. These clay kits, 4 or 5 instruments, around €2. You can find them in modeling shops, children area. And, you know, it's a good suggestion. But basically anything that cuts, like an old card. I'm not going to be using my Oyster card for a while. So I brought it in. And, you know, just to cut and scrape down and so on. You will have your station, some good light, your own music, whatever you want. Maybe a stand to look at the video and listen to me guiding you through. So create your station. And we will go through a comb, yeah, for the muscles, the muscle fibers maybe. And this is important also. These pipe cleaners, I think they're called, some colors. And these will be our tendons, arteries, nerves, though maybe definitely tendons. Arteries, nerves, I think we're going to go with the Play-Doh. Yep. All right. So you will need all this. Expenses, I doubt if it will go higher than 25 euro. All right. Thank you. Hope you see you soon. Bye.